Ever wondered how the Bible truly addresses the topic of intimacy? Prepare to uncover insights that might transform your understanding of marital relationships. Let's begin with the fundamentals. The scriptures discuss intimacy extensively, but perhaps not always in the ways we expect. God designed physical union as a precious gift for husbands and wives, a source of joy, closeness, and unity. In Genesis 2:24 it is written, "Therefore a man shall leave his father and mother and be joined to his wife, and they shall become one flesh." This profound concept of becoming one flesh lies at the very heart of biblical teachings on marital intimacy. But what about the specifics of this union? This is where the conversation becomes both intriguing and intricate. While terms like oral intimacy aren't directly mentioned in the Bible, some interpret poetic passages in the Song of Solomon as celebrating various forms of marital love. For instance, Song of Solomon 4:16 says, "Awake, O north wind, and come, O south. Blow upon my garden, that its spices may flow out. Let my beloved come to his garden and eat its pleasant fruits." The rich imagery of gardens and fruits can be seen as a celebration of mutual delight and affection between spouses. Similarly, in Song of Solomon 2:3 we read, "Like an apple tree among the trees of the woods, so is my beloved among the sons. I sat down in his shade with great delight, and his fruit was sweet to my taste." Such verses are filled with metaphors that illustrate the joy and pleasure found in marital love. However, it's important to approach these passages with an understanding of their poetic nature. The Song of Solomon uses symbolic language to express deep love and affection, and while it celebrates physical intimacy, we should be careful not to impose specific interpretations that may not have been intended. The Bible provides guiding principles for intimacy within marriage, rather than detailed prescriptions. Key among these principles are mutual love, respect, and consent. In 1 Corinthians 7:3-4, the Apostle Paul advises, "Let the husband render to his wife the affection due her, and likewise also the wife to her husband. The wife does not have authority over her own body, but yields it to her husband. And likewise, the husband does not have authority over his own body, but yields it to his wife." This emphasizes the importance of selflessness and mutual fulfillment in the marital relationship. When it comes to practices not explicitly mentioned in Scripture, couples are encouraged to communicate openly and ensure that their expressions of love honor both God and each other. The Bible doesn't provide a checklist of acceptable or unacceptable acts within marriage, but it does emphasize purity, love, and mutual respect. Addressing more sensitive topics, some wonder about certain practices and whether they align with biblical teachings. It's essential to recognize that the scriptures focus on the intentions of the heart and the health of the marital relationship. Romans 14:19 encourages us, "Let us therefore make every effort to do what leads to peace and to mutual edification." Couples should consider whether their actions strengthen their bond and honor the sacredness of their union. Let's broaden our perspective on intimacy as presented in the Bible. In 1 Corinthians 7:5, Paul advises married couples, "Do not deprive one another except with consent for a time, that you may give yourselves to fasting and prayer, and come together again, so that Satan does not tempt you because of your lack of self-control." This highlights several important aspects. Maintaining a consistent physical connection strengthens the marital bond. Decisions about intimacy should be made together, with consideration for each other's needs. Physical closeness within marriage can safeguard against temptations outside the relationship. Hebrews 13 4 also states, "Marriage is honorable among all, and the bed undefiled, but fornicators and adulterers God will judge." This verse underscores the sanctity of marriage and the importance of faithfulness. The term undefiled suggests that intimacy within the bounds of marriage is pure and honorable in God's sight. It's crucial to remember that the Bible presents intimacy as multifaceted, reflecting the one flesh union that symbolizes the deep connection between husband and wife, encouraging joy and pleasure within the marriage, acknowledging procreation as one aspect of intimacy, but not its sole purpose, and recognizing physical affection as a source of comfort and reassurance between spouses. When considering any aspect of marital intimacy, couples might ask themselves, does this expression of love enhance our unity? Are both of us comfortable and in agreement? Does it reflect love, respect, and selflessness? Does it honor God and the sacredness of our marriage? Perhaps the absence of explicit details in Scripture is intentional, inviting couples to navigate their relationship with wisdom, guided by overarching biblical principles. This approach requires open communication, mutual respect, and a shared commitment to honor God in all aspects of life. The Apostle Paul offers valuable guidance in 1 Corinthians 10:31. Therefore, whether you eat or drink, or whatever you do all to the glory of God. While this verse addresses everyday actions, the principle extends to marriage. Every aspect of our lives, including intimacy, should be conducted in a way that glorifies God. Additionally, considering the conscience of each partner is important. Romans 14:22 advises, "Happy is he who does not condemn himself in what he approves." If an action causes unease or violates the conscience of either spouse, it's wise to reconsider out of love and respect for one another. We should also be mindful not to let desires overshadow our devotion to God. Colossians 3:5 reminds us to put to death evil desire and covetousness, which is idolatry. This doesn't mean that desire within marriage is wrong, but rather that anything can become idolatrous if it takes precedence over our relationship with God. As we reflect on these teachings, it's evident that the essence of marital intimacy, according to the Bible, centers on love, unity, and mutual respect. It's less about specific actions and more about the attitudes and hearts of the individuals involved. By focusing on these principles, couples can foster a relationship that is both fulfilling and honoring to God. Remember, open and honest communication with your spouse, coupled with a shared commitment to biblical principles, will guide you in making decisions that strengthen your marriage. Let love, guided by faith, be the foundation of your relationship. Thank you for joining this thoughtful exploration. If you found this message insightful, please consider sharing it with others and subscribing for more discussions rooted in faith and understanding. May God bless you and your marriage abundantly.